Hi, Gina.
Mhm. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Ola, and I'm the founder of the Money with Club. And apart from my Money with Club journey, I am also a personal finance coach. And basically, what I do is that I help people with their personal finance, investing, and economic challenges, basically. So yeah, today we'll be talking about something very interesting, and we're having someone on the call. Her name is Esther, and we'll be talking about the money mistake she made in her 20s and what she's trying to do to fix it right now. Hi, Ray. I can see you. Hi, Ray Mester. Hello, everyone. So yes, we're welcome. So we're waiting for Esther. So basically, Esther is going to be talking about money mistakes she made in her 20s and what she's doing to fix it right now. And she'll tell you who she is, what she's done so far in her career, and tell us about her money journey. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Ola. I have a YouTube channel. If you are seeing me on YouTube, please subscribe. I have a target of getting to 10,000 subscribers by February. And so if you need guidance or information or tips to help your money journey, then my channel is it for you. And then yes, so subscribe and then hit the notification button so you get fresh, hot, interesting, educating content from me every week. So let's bring Esther on. Okay, so Esther is on YouTube. Let's bring her on Instagram because we're also on Instagram. Go live with Esther. Hi Esther, are you there? Yes, she's here. So can everybody
Yeah.
confirm? Hi Instagram followers, are you guys there? Can you see me?
Hi.
Hi YouTubers, I hope you're
Hi.
here. Okay, cool
Hi,
stuff. Cool stuff.
everyone.
So
Hi.
Esther,
Hi,
thank you so
Ola.
much. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Hope
Yes, I
audio is
can.
good. Fantastic,
Yes.
fantastic. So Esther, first of all, thank you so much for offering to tell us your story today. So let's start. Tell us about yourself, like as much as you want to tell us about yourself. We're here for you.
Okay. Thank you, Ola. It's definitely always good to share. And I mean, good to share on your platform. I'm a proud member of the investment club Money With. So I encourage everybody to subscribe to our channel and also to join the club. Okay, so I'm Esther Adegunle. And I like to firstly talk about my 20 something year old self. Then I move to who I am currently. So at 20, I had to think deeply, but at 20, I was in Unilag. I was in year three studying economics, and I just moved into the hostel. So I just moved into Moremi. I mean, people from Unilag will probably know, right? I
Yeah.
was in year three. By 21, I left the university, quite young, I think. Okay, then I did my NYSC. After NYSC, I went to the UK to do my master's in University of Warwick. Finished well. So my first degree I finished with first class. My second degree I finished with a distinction in the UK. Afterwards, I joined the consulting space with one of the big fours. After about 3 years, I took a break off work and decided to do other things. Started my foundation beyond the degree. Then I went back into my career and worked with another big four for about 3 years. Then finally moved into international development, where I've worked officially for like about 3 years now. So I'm currently the senior manager, head of business development at DAI in Nigeria. Lovely firm. We do great things, impact work across over 100 countries globally. Yeah, so that's who I was and who I am right now. I'm an author of two books. The first is Driving in Lagos. Interestingly, I don't like to drive in Lagos at all, but I wrote a book on driving in Lagos. The second is on Raising the Queen, my daughter. So I have those two books. I'm also the founder of Beyond the Degree, where we help students transit to life after school. And I do many other things by the side, right? Of course, I'm a wife and I have two lovely children. Yeah.
Fantastic, elaborate introduction. So thank you. Hi, Fokpe. Hi, Jolomi. I see people joining the conversation. Hi, Cole. I see you guys. Thank you for joining the conversation. So we're going straight into it. So Esther, tell us one money mistake you made in your 20s. You've told us about your career. You started at 21, which is really good for most people, especially in Nigeria. 21 is like a fantastic fantastic age to start working, right? So tell us, what are the money mistakes in you made in your 20s, and okay, tell us the money mistakes, then now tell us what you're doing to fix them.
All I've made plenty mistakes too in my financial journey. But let me start with this two. So by the time I started work, I was saving, okay, but I wasn't saving enough. I was thinking back. I think I was saving just about 10% of my income. Some people say, "Oh, but you're saving something." I was saving just about 10%. Maybe some months I'll do 20%, and that was just it. I was fine with that. Yeah, so that was one main mistake I made. The second is I wasn't investing, so I'll just put the money in an account, and I like to see that account looking good and big every month, right? When I put the 10%, oh, it looks good and big, and I'm like, I'm definitely doing something right. So yeah, those are two, okay. And I can go on. The third one I would say is, and I thought about this one this morning. I wasn't saving in any other currency. I was just saving in our naira. So if you remember, I said I did my masters. By the time I think I was about 23 when I did my masters, and
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, afterwards I was traveling to the UK. I traveled for my graduation. I traveled for other things, holiday and all. But I never saved in US in pounds or any other currency. I would just
Yeah.
always go there, spend the dollars, spend the pounds, depending on the country, and then I'm back in Nigeria to my naira saving. So for me, that was a third mistake. And the
Mm.
fourth I would say is I didn't take risks. I didn't do in quote big things, which I feel like I would have done financially, right?
Done and able to
And
accommodate.
the last all that I'll stop at this one. The last is I had very limited financial knowledge. As much as I studied economics and did great in it, my MSc was in business analytics and consulting. I still had limited knowledge in terms of financial knowledge. So those are like the five big ones I remember now.
Like you just carried from different angles. So I would ask you a question about the first one. Why would you say just piling up money was a mistake? Because I mean, for a lot of people, that is a good thing, and you also have to agree with me that there are a lot of people in that bucket, right? That feel that okay, I'm working and I am piling up money, and they feel like yes, I'm doing a good job. So why was it really a mistake? Because you know you sound like all those people that say, and when they ask them in an interview that what is your flaw, you now say I like work too much. Is that's the kind of flaws I'm hearing, right? The kind of mistakes I'm hearing, like I like work too much, I'm too diligent, I carry things on my head too much, those kind of random. So tell
And
us, why was this a mistake?
yeah, because all that then I thought I was doing a great job. So to be honest with you, I thought saving right was good enough. Okay. And let me first move back a bit. The first I said was I was saving just 10 to 20%. The truth is
Okay.
that in my 20s, I was under my parents' roof. I wasn't paying rent. I wasn't paying for my food except lunch at work, right? So I could have saved more. I could have saved 30. I could have saved
Mm.
40. Some months I could have pushed to 50, to be honest. The second is that now I understand that putting your money in an account is not good enough, right? I mean,
Mm.
whether it's the traditional accounts that we have, what interest are they giving us? The best of the best will give you 5%, and that's very good for them. Okay.
Mm.
Meanwhile, some of us know what inflation is, or just think about those things we were buying yesterday and how much they are now, right? I mean, so inflation basically kills your whatever amount they are giving you. So
They're
it's like
giving
putting your
you.
money under your pillow. Okay. And my money in quote was not working for me. My money was just sitting there, okay, in that account. And if I put 100,000 there, by the end of the year, maybe it's 102,000 in quote. So now it's now that I'm looking back that
101.
I knew that that wasn't sufficient.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I get you. So now let's put it in that bucket. So what are you doing now about that? Because so that it doesn't, so you don't go to the end and come back. So about saving, because now life has changed. You have responsibilities. You told us that you're a wife and you are a mother, you have two kids. So life has changed. And so first of all, for the person that is still in their 20s, single and is starting off a career, right, and is doing well, you started off early and young and good. So they are telling you right now, don't just leave that money there and then save as much as you can while you can. But now life has changed. So tell me, what are you doing differently? How have you fixed it? Or are
Yeah,
you fixing?
exactly. I was going to say, Ola, I haven't fixed it totally, right? Life has definitely changed and more responsibilities every single month, right? So, yeah, this is what I do now. And And what I do now is
Okay.
still a journey, Ola, right? But what I do now is I save more. Okay, so I stretch myself to save more. Thankfully, the income has increased over the years. That is me saying thankfully it's not the same amount, so it has increased over the years. So I can save more now to make up for those other years that I couldn't save as much. Um, I know we're still on the first two, but a crucial one I'm doing is getting more financial information. Every week, I'm reading on something finance, okay, investments.
Hmm.
I'm very deliberate about that, okay. And one of the
Are
ways
you
I'm
there?
doing it is by I'm
Esther?
currently in two investment clubs. So all I'm in your investment club and I'm in
Esther.
another, just to be sure that I'm getting enough, right? So
So
getting that financial
while we're waiting for
information
Esther to come
as a
back
young
on, so she
person is
said something
also
that was
very
very
key.
profound. Because it's not just about leaving money idle in your accounts. And then on one side, and on the other hand, because we told
Okay,
you
am I
don't leave
back on
money idle in your
IG? I
accounts,
think.
invest and you just throw it into anything that you get. So the idea is for while we wait for Esther to come back on, the idea is for you, well, once you put that money away, to do something, but then you have to do something intelligent. Do you understand? You actually have to do something intelligent. So, what do? You have to learn. And I love the way, even though she has sort of jumped from one to the other, so we're adding her back on Instagram. Yeah. So even though Esther has like sort of skipped, but she has said something that is very profound. So she, yes, she's not leaving the money in her account idle. Um, but on the other hand, she's saying she had to get some knowledge. She's reading up. Yeah, so it's not just about carrying the money and throwing it into something because we're supposed to invest, but that we actually have to invest with sense, so the money doesn't just disappear. So Esther, go ahead. Sorry, we lost you for a bit on Instagram. Yeah, for those on Instagram. Go ahead,
Okay,
Esther.
okay, okay. Okay, so what else am I doing? So getting that financial knowledge and acting, very important. You can have all of the financial knowledge and you're
Hmm.
not doing anything about it. So I'm very
Mhm.
deliberate that when I save in quote, move the money into my investment account, I'm putting it into different things, different level of different assets, right?
Options,
So
yeah.
in so
Go
I'm
ahead.
putting it in the stock market. So I have investment in the stock market. And interestingly, I started investing in stock market many years ago when I was even before 20. I think my parents just got stocks for us and I left it there for a very long time until recently in the last 3 years in my 30s, early 30s, right? I'm back in the stock market. I'm back in the stock market. And I could have cashed out of the stock market when I was younger because the stock market we know is risky. When should I have taken those risks? I think I could have done it when I was in my 20s, right? But I'm doing it now, which is still fine, right? So it's something you continue to do. Um, so that's one way I'm investing. I'm also investing in myself in terms of gaining more financial knowledge, in terms of gaining knowledge that relates to my career so I can earn more money. Okay, sometimes you just think about it. All I remember you talking about this in the club last week, right? Saying it's not just about investing in assets and things, it's also about ensuring that you're earning more revenue so that you can have more money, right? So I'm investing in myself, getting required certifications, not about the certificates, getting the knowledge, networking, and ensuring that my revenue is continuously increasing while investing. And all I are the experts in terms of what assets to invest in, right? But I'm making that deliberate effort, whether it's the stock market, things that the club is recommending every week. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, should I jump into this? Who is doing it? What are the risks and all? Yeah, so those are some of the steps and
That
things I'm
you're
currently
taking.
doing.
Fantastic, fantastic. So now go back because I sort of missed it. What was the third thing you said was a mistake for you? Because we've really talked about a lot of things right now.
So the first was not saving
Not
enough.
saving
So I'm
enough.
saving
Uh-huh.
10 to 20% as a
When you
single
could have done
person with
better.
limited
Yeah.
responsibilities.
Okay. The next one,
The next one was I was just saving it. I wasn't investing.
and you're
So
just
we cleared
leaving.
that.
Okay, so we talked about this too. Okay, so the next one.
The third is that I wasn't taking as much risks in terms of doing things. So I was doing things at a small level. And I can expatiate on that. Okay. Many of us on this call as students, graduates, workers, we have side businesses, right? Okay. But sometimes we leave our side businesses small. Okay, so I had a few side
Mm,
businesses, but I left them small, right? I didn't grow them as intentional as I was growing my career. I'll just say, oh, let it be bringing, if it's 20K it brings in
more
a month,
money.
it's okay. Do you understand? But I look back and I say, even while I was in school, there were opportunities. So let me just share two of them very quickly. So in school, when I moved my year three, when I was 20, I moved into the hostel, and my roommates were struggling with saving money. But Moremi, if you know Moremi, is like a stone throw from like three banks, from UBA, from. So I was like, why are you guys
Mm-hmm.
struggling? Just go to the bank and save your money.
And leave the money there.
And he said, no, Esther, we don't want to, and all. And two of them got me to actually start like a savings club in my room. So I just opened an Excel sheet and I was saving for them. So they would give me money and I was keeping it. And the agreement, I wasn't paying them interest too, because they could have gone to the bank. So I wasn't paying them
Right.
interest. But the agreement was that if they withdraw the money before a stipulated time, they will pay me. So you see, and
Ah,
yeah, so I was making money, right? Because as students, they will come, please, now, Esther, I have to. And I say, I'll take what you're supposed to give me. So I started that, but I didn't expand it beyond my room. So maybe I could have
mm.
been the piggy vest of, of now,
You
right? But
know,
I just stopped at, I just stopped at my room level. And I didn't expand it because I wasn't thinking big. I didn't have that mindset. I just like, oh, I'm helping my roommates. I'm getting a few money in. Let them learn how to save. So that was, for me, that
fantastic,
was a mistake, not
fantastic,
not taking big. The second
fantastic.
example I'll give is,
Sorry, okay, before you
and
go into that, sorry, before you go into, I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want to expatiate on that because what you said
okay.
is very, very profound. A lot of people have things that people call them for, people pick your brain for, people like you just chat something like, "Mm, it's not a big deal, let me just, you know. But I realized that the solution, right, to getting people to wake up to the reality of what they have in their hands is setting goals. If you sit down and write your money goals, like where you want to be in 5 years' time, money wise, like a number, right? It makes you recalibrate. You almost start seeing the value in what you have in your hands, right? I realize that a lot of people don't have those goals written down. They have dreams. We all want to drive Bugattis. We all want to ride Rolls Royce. We want to fly first class. We have dreams, but we actually do not have goals. Like in 5 years' time, a goal is always smart. We've done these things at work, right? A smart goal. What is it? It's specific. It's measurable. It's we know all those things. We apply them at work, but we don't. We have the skills, but we like work zone them. We don't apply them to real life because the people that teach these things, they actually taught them as a personal development type tool, right? So in that whole not thinking big, um, the thing that motivates you and expands your capacity is your goal, right? So as an aside, for those that are listening, like clearly defined goals is very important in your journey, your money journey. Because technically what Esther said was that she didn't have a money goal in university. Her parents were funding her. So this one was
I was,
just let's just do. So she didn't have a money goal then. And it's not you're not too young, right? You might not achieve it in the time you set, but it sets you on the right trajectory, right? So it's important to have that goal. Sorry, Esther, go ahead. I'm enjoying the conversation.
yes, yes. Okay. The second example, okay, I see Razak. He was asking if it was Ajo. Yes, think about it in Ajo. I was helping them with that. The second is an opportunity I saw but did not do. So, by the time I was in my year four, and if you remember, this is like how many years ago, right? I realized that people wanted to do presentations and were looking for projectors to rent. Okay. I had a presentation. I struggled to get a projector. I finally got it. And I said, this is something people are looking for. I can buy a projector. I can rent it. I did the cost analysis. It showed that, if I remember correctly, that in like by the time I rented like 5 times, I had made my capital back. But guess what? Till tomorrow,
Not done
I didn't. And as people generally, you would find out that opportunities come your way weekly, but just say no, I'm not doing this and all. So that's already another mistake I didn't make, because I just thought, oh, it'll be risky. What if somebody steals the projector? Will I be chasing people and all? So yeah, that's it on taking risks and that mindset of doing big things. All I think the fourth one was on not investing in other currencies. So just staying investing in naira, which I did for many, many years.
Yes. So that now
Yeah.
that one, I realized that investing in other currencies, even people that are in this, if you're based, 'cause of course my YouTube community is global, right? In fact, my Instagram community, everybody's global, right? We could be anywhere. But I realized that people that are in Nigeria, we see that the currency consistently devalues, right? But is that taking action you talked about? The fact that you have to be decisive, because let's say when you started working, you saw the exchange rate at 100 and something. You're now seeing that 107 something. You're saying, but it was there, I did not buy. Should I now buy now? But you're not looking at the big picture to say, why did it get to this place? Why did it get from 100 to 170 to 280 to 360? If those factors have not changed, right? Then why do you think you shouldn't enter at 5? Not like I'm saying go and buy right now, because I'm not giving anybody investment advice. This is a disclaimer, right? But the reality is that you are in an environment, right? If you think about the fact that you can't plant apples in Lagos, or you can't, if you want apples to grow in Nigeria, you probably have to plant in Jos. If you want maybe oranges to grow, you probably have to plant it in Benue, like, because the soil, the environment, the weather works for it, right? If you are in a certain environment, you need to understand the economy of that environment, or else you will just be wasting money. So think of your investment as a seed. If you plant it in the wrong environment, nothing wrong with the seed, nothing wrong with the environment, just that they are both clashing, right? And if they clash, is your loss. Do you get? It's as simple as that. Now, before we go on, because we'll go to the last point, if you're watching on Instagram, please follow. If you are not already following me, please follow me. And also, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. We talk about personal finance and investment. And Esther is always telling me that I'm giving her correct information, even apart from being in the
Yes.
investment club. But I share a lot of tips about investing, personal finance, and the economy. So, because everything is important. So please subscribe and hit the notification button so you can get fresh content from me, fresh minty content from me every week. So now we go to our last tip. What was the last money mistake you want to talk about in your 20s?
The last one, and it's really the biggest, right? Because I feel like it would have driven the others, right? Is getting
Mm,
that financial information. Okay. Now, many of us know about IQ. Okay. Many of us know about EQ, emotional intelligence. Yeah, I mean, most of us we know about it. But guess what? There's also the FQ in terms of your financial quotient, how much financial knowledge you have. Yeah, so that was a big one. I really didn't have in my 20s, to be honest. I just knew a little things and all. But now I'm very deliberate about it. I'm reading books. Okay. I'm listening to business shows every day. So I have my business shows I listen to every single day. I'm
mm,
reading the newspaper for opportunities. Okay. I'm in
mm.
two investment clubs, paying every month, okay, in one of them, but getting awesome value, and the other one I've paid like for a lifetime. So I'm very deliberate about getting that financial information now, okay, and it's a continuous journey because things are changing every day. So we always need to stay updated on it. Yeah.
Updated. Fantastic. Esther, I love what you said. Even though, yes, join my Money Week Club. Yeah. If you are listening and you're not a member of the Money Week Club, you are sleeping. Like, you have to be very intentional about your finances. And if you've gone for like 20, 30 years without knowing what to do, guess what? You can go for another 20, 30 years without knowing what to do. Like, if you don't do something different, it's as simple as that. It's just a natural rule of life. So don't believe that we can wing it. We can wing. If you've not winged it successfully so far, you're not going to wing it in the next 20 years. It's just the way it is, right? No, now, having said that, that quest for knowledge, that understanding that you need to expand your horizon, you need to add something to something. And I keep asking people, like, you are so focused on your work, you're saying, oh, I also want to invest on my behalf. I want someone to do this on my behalf. I'm like, what are you working for? If you go to work and they don't promote you, you'll be so upset. Or they promote you and they only add 10K to your money, you'll be upset. Why? Because as much as you are delivering value, you want to exchange that value for money. But then ask people, so when you get to retirement and then you just have a certain amount of money that keeps you on a certain lifestyle, that if inflation gallops like in some certain societies, like one that we all know, you know that your quality of life is dwindling as you're retiring. So the question is, if you do not want to build your money with, right, what is this work that you're working about? It is very important. And I realize that a lot of people don't even know how to like do something as simple as recognize a viable investment opportunity. Oh, I know the person, therefore, and he's a good guy. So we can put money in him because he's a good guy. Yes, but good guys go broke. Do you get? Honest people lose money. Honest people have bad strategies, you know. But it's for you to protect your own wealth by analyzing, by not looking back and saying, oh my God, I should have known this before. Oh, I would have, if I had known this, I wouldn't have done this. You know, all those kind of regrets, right? Um, so it's a very, very important one, right? Join communities, get knowledge. I love the fact that you have actually said that it's a journey. The journey of money is the journey of life, meaning that as long as you are alive, you need money. Let's not lie to ourselves. As long as you're alive, you need to fund your life with money. So the journey of your financial journey is as long as your life as you want your life to be. Don't let your money finish while you are still alive. Do you get? Or don't let your money disappear while you are
Yes.
still alive. It is a problem, you know. So I totally love this. I totally love this. And so let me just do a recap. Like I did take notes. I'm talking off the top of my head. So if I forget anything, yes, please remind me. So Esther's first mistake was that she did not save as much as she should have, right? And now
Yes.
she's like squeezing everything. That's what she's doing. She's like the money, her pay has increased. So from that pay that has increased, she's like, Lila, it's not happened to me again. And then the next thing was that even though she was saving, yes, it was good, but then she was leaving money in her account idle. Like, and that's like an inflation no. Inflation is always going to go up. Prices are always going to go up, regardless of where you are in the world. It's not just about Africa or Nigeria, regardless of where you are in the world, prices will go up. So you have to understand that if you leave money idle in your account, you are losing value, right? Then the third thing was that you didn't take enough risk, right? If I remember clearly, is that it? Yeah, you didn't
Yes.
take enough risk. Um, and I always recommend that if you are between 20 and 40, 45 ish, there's still room to take risk. The normal retirement age is 60. Usually, economic cycles last like 10 years, meaning that between one bubble to another bubble, somewhere around 10 years for the economy to reset. So, if you have a 10-year horizon for work, you can accommodate some volatility in your investments, right? So, I recommend from like 2020, your 20s are like the best to take risks, and then 20s,
Big
30s
risk.
are still good, you know. By 40, you should be smarter, so your risk to be more calculated, you know. But yeah, so take more risk. It is important to take risk. Then what was the fourth one? Remind me.
The
I'm sorry.
first, the fourth is just investing in Nigerian assets.
Oh, yes, yes. Now, I will tie that one to not understanding the environment that you are in. I would put that under that. So, regardless of where you are in the world, understand how that economy works. It is important. If you are in a larger economy, it's easier because you can just go on Google, you can just follow some certain people. You can also follow me, yeah, especially for the US, UK markets, because we cover those in our investments, in our investing. So we have to like understand what's happening in those economies, and of course Nigeria, where I'm based. So with those, oh my AirPods keep just keep falling off. Can you guys still hear me? I think they have stripped off. Yeah.
Yes.
So understanding the economy, it's important to understand the environment that you are in because it affects your investments, it affects your financial status, right? I think, and then the last one is about not having investment information or knowledge, right? And on that, I would generally say join the money with club. Yeah. You build your money with at least true now. At least Esther is here. She tells you to tell you the value that she has grown from the club. But the truth about it is the reason why I would say join the community is if it's not in your your regular line of thinking. You need people to remind you. You need to be an environment that keeps you reminded. So when someone is talking, you are like, oh my God, this person seems like they're on the flow. What's up with me? Let me step up. Do you get there's that ginger from being in the right environment. And sometimes you actually do have to pay for access to that
Yes.
environment. So if you want to join the Money with Club, it's as simple as www.themoneywithclub.com, and you can join us from there. And it's all automated. We're in a tech digital world, so it's not you don't need to talk to anybody. But I'll drop the link in the description box or in the captions if you're on Instagram. But I think that's about it for today. Esther, do you have any parting words?
My parting words will be, and I heard it from somebody, your morning is when you wake up. Okay, so no matter your age, your morning is when you wake up and you realize you need to do something about it. So I'm hoping that after this session, we are going to be taking actions regarding our financial journey. Yeah.
Fantastic. I totally love that. Your morning is when you wake up. And it's true. I always do say that you can't outsource your health and your finances. You have to engage. But if you think about some 50-year-olds that started exercising at 50 and then at 55, they are all buffed up. You realize that it is not too late, even with money, right? So when you wake up, there's some people that blew at 60, there's some people that blew at 70, right? But it's when you wake up that is your morning. So I think we'll end with that. Thank you everyone for joining me. I think this has been an amazing
Thank
session.
you.
Esther, I really appreciate this. Thank you so much and goodbye from me. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.